You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Beyond the Gates fans, I've got your weekly prediction edition. We're going to talk about Leslie being Vernon's kid and a surprise wedding that's going to shock a lot of people. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you are not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. So our first prediction, Allison drugs and kidnaps Chelsea on the night of her launch party. So spoilers for this week tell us that Kat and Chelsea's launch party is all set for the purse line, and the cousins have an intense heart-to-heart because all their dreams are about to come true. They are squealing about their business Chelsea Cat having its big debut, but then the spoilers say someone is attacked, an assailant comes for a target. And we know from the promo that the target of this attack is Chelsea. Looks like she is getting chloroformed right before the party. And you can see that it's not a big person. It looks like it's a small person. We cannot forget Allison is an insane stalker. She refuses to accept that Chelsea is with Madison. Allison also refuses to accept that Chelsea has rejected her and that they won't be together. Allison will not go away and looks like she's just gonna do the worst possible thing, and Allison is going to attack Chelsea and, maybe haul her away. Allison looks like she weighs about 75 pounds, so we'll see. Maybe she's got more upper body strength than we know. I do wonder if she's going to get caught doing this or if she's going to actually get Chelsea out of there and take her somewhere and do something creepy. I am enjoying it being a woman stalker doing stuff like this. I do think it's a nice little twist. Our second prediction, Vernon Dupree is Leslie's father, and dead Barbara, as we know, is her mother. Anita is going to be angry. I doubt she had any inkling of any of this. So spoilers for this week have Eva asking her mom, why the rush? Why is Anita the first person that you need to see? Because Leslie's getting ready. She's got her hair done all nice. She's in kind of a classy looking dress and isn't really answering Eva's questions. So Monday spoilers have Leslie finding out things may have changed for her in a big way. So Peaches was there telling her last week about Barbara being her mom, and she's gonna, I think, drop the bombshell about who her dad is. Wednesday spoilers have Anita and Leslie facing off. Anita slaps Leslie and she screams at Vernon to get that woman out of my house. That's the same day Eva drops a bombshell on Tomas. It's a stunning revelation she makes. Thursday, Vanessa's got a new client who is very demanding, and she comes to see Vernon, Anita, and Nicole and says, I have some news and you're not going to like it. Other spoilers for this week have Vernon needing Bill's help, but the lawyers has some terms and conditions before Bill will pitch in. And on Friday, Anita and Vernon give Naomi and Dani awful news. So the worst case scenario in all of this, and the only reason Anita would be slapping her and screaming like this, I believe, is because she has found out that Leslie is the daughter of her dear friend Barbara, which, Barbara's been name dropped so much and it wasn't for nothing. And I just wonder, did Anita have any idea, if I'm right on this prediction, that Vernon had been sleeping with Barbara? The question is, did Vernon know Barbara was pregnant and gave their child away? Because this is kind of an interesting replay of the Ted and Leslie plot, because if this is true, then Vernon basically and Ted are kind of in the same situation and the same person. Although it's even more complicated because then Eva is a granddaughter of theirs, which will drive Kat crazy, and Leslie is an actual Dupree, which would drive them all crazy. So that's what I feel like is happening, because it would be the most amazing soapy twist. Our third prediction, June breaks into Smitty and Martin's house. So on Tuesday, spoilers say there's an intruder in Smitty and Martin's home, and Smitty tells Martin, I think we have a situation. That's the same day that Naomi delivers heartbreaking information, and I wonder if June has gone missing. The poor woman is mentally ill. All those years of drug abuse addled her brain. I do feel bad for her, but I also think it was crazy that Smitty and Martin let Naomi and Jacob bring June to their house. Why not meet at Orphe June's? Why not meet at the murder park where the body was found? Anywhere but their home. And, so I just suspect that June has broken into the house, maybe to try and see Samantha and Tyrell again. Maybe she fell off the wagon and went back to drugs and is doing bad things. I don't know. I hope she's not back on the drug path, but she may have had some sort of mental break because she's just not well. She's getting better, but she's not well. Let's face it. Our fourth prediction, Andre goes crawling back to Dani. So Andre told Dani that, he was going to go try and make this thing happen with Ashley. And then on Wednesday, spoilers have Andre hearing what happened to Derek, and he rushes up to the hospital. And Andre's really stunned by how Ashley reacts to him being there and how she talks to him. Andre is insisting to Ashley, I didn't lie. But Ashley says, look, I saw you and Dani all over each other. Because it looks like Ashley went to his apartment maybe to say, okay, Andre, let's give it a shot. And then she saw his mouth on Dani, and it was like, whoa, okay, he wants to be with me, but he's back with her. After he said he had a talk with her, the other woman, and called things off and said they were going to be friends. So then on Thursday, Dani hits Andre with some conditions. That is the other spoiler. So I feel like Andre's like, okay, Ashley's not going to be with me. It's complicated. Dani still has these feelings for Bill, and then Andre still has these feelings for Ashley, but maybe they're going to try and move forward and see if they forget those people and grow those feelings for each other. And it can go from exciting sex to maybe, a new whole entire relationship. Our fifth and final prediction is going to seem out of left field. You guys know that Derek is at the hospital. He was riding his bike and he did something wonkadoo, just too risky. And now he may be paralyzed. He had surgery. Things look bad. Ashley knows all this. And she had dumped him, even though her mom was like, oh, you should get with Derek. He's a steady guy. And Ashley had told Derek that basically they were raised to want stability and to stick with the safe things. And then Derek's gone and done this unsafe thing. So here's the big spoiler. An unlikely duo exchanges wedding vows. And bizarre as it seems, I'm just wondering if Ashley is going to feel so bad about what happened to Derek, and Ashley is so over Andre because of the Dani thing that Ashley decides she's going to marry Derek, that she's going to prove to him she loves him and is going to be there despite this possible paralysis. It's hard for me to imagine an unlikelier duo exchanging wedding vows, unless, and I will say this, maybe crazy Allison drugs Chelsea and somehow gets her to marry her, which would be really weird. Plus, Allison is married to that guy. So we'll see how it goes. Those are my predictions for Beyond the Gates.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.